In Jamaica, after the
Crazy, mad, aggressive Hurricane Beryl weather forecast USA to UK 24. Time's down there on the right.
Many Caribbean islands. This was the aftermath in Grenada.
Whoa.
Reported in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
This is like a nuclear bomb going off, guys.
Well, this is where the storm has been.
Date today's the 4th of July, American Independence Day, 24.
Expected now to make landfall in Mexico by tomorrow.
Whoa.
10 people are known to have died so far.
Whoa.
Reports now from Jamaica.
This is very serious mega hurricane storm across the Caribbean islands right now. I did predict this early this year, 4 months ago, guys.
The island lashed for 24 hours.
This is going to happen. I did warn you, Caribbean islands. I see it evaporate, retreat,
causing power cuts and blocking roads. The country's main airports forced to close. Everybody forced to stay indoors with a nationwide curfew.
Curfew, yeah, safe and sorry.
Flooding now
Jamaica
a real
for you.
issue caused by the torrential rain that hammered.
Whoa, that's terrible.
So it's what you can see here. Trees which have fallen down, which in some cases hit power lines, which knocked out electricity for about 65% of the island. It's now about trying to get back that critical infrastructure, and in many cases that's not going to take days, but weeks.
The start of things, the start of the season, guys.
The first islands hit by the hurricane. The cleanup is underway, but the scale of the impact for many people who fish for a living is life-changing.
Crumbs.
We don't know how
It's
much
devastating.
total is right now, but we estimate about 30 or maybe 40 vessels on the lake.
I thought we find a lot of fish out of place in the ocean.
Hurricane Beryl is now tracking towards Grand Cayman, with winds of 130 miles an hour.
130.
In its wake, it's expected to dump up to 6 inches of rain on this low-lying island.
Jeez Louises.
While the hurricane is expected to weaken as it continues on its path over the next 24 hours, residents are getting themselves ready to face its arrival, protecting their homes, their livelihoods, and themselves.
Don't blame them.
Trying to keep calm, but
Tunnel's not moving out the way then, or evaporating.
And as the storm
I would.
continues its trek across the region,
But it's an island
Mexico
for home.
has also put itself onto alert. There's a hurricane warning across the whole eastern coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. And having seen the destruction the storm has had across nearly 2,000 miles,
People are
people are
panicking.
taking necessary precautions.
I can't blame them.
This is the Atlantic season's first hurricane and the earliest storm
Ever on record. But I did predict earlier this year,
and the
guys.
US National
No joke.
Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is forecasting there will be a large number of major hurricanes this year in what they call an extraordinary season. Nick Davis
Category 6 hurricane, which I did predict this year as well. Look out for that one, guys. That's a new format. No joke. You have been warned by me.
Just to the south coast of Jamaica, but bringing with it those strong winds and high sea levels. Now we're hoping
Look
to
at this,
talk to
guys.
the Prime Minister of Jamaica on the programme, but you'll understand that communications with a number of
Quite
islands
delicate.
are really difficult right now. We'll try and establish that link and bring him to you just as soon as we can. But we touched there on the route of that hurricane too. It's now passed beyond Jamaica, heading towards the Cayman Islands. And despite being downgraded to now a Category 3 storm, locals
still
there
pretty
say
devastating.
some areas have already lost power.
Wow.
We spoke a little earlier to John Obi, who's the director of the Cayman Islands Red Cross, and told us more about how the island is preparing for the storm.
Wow.
At the moment, Hurricane Beryl is making its way out of the Cayman Islands. Thankfully, it moved up south. And so we've got the government damage assessment teams out there trying to see what's going on. So we're currently in a lockdown until we get the actual all clear from the government.
Right, and how have you and your teams been preparing for this?
Oh, well, I mean, that's why we're there. And there's anybody who lives in the Caribbean,
it's safe out there.
that from June to November is hurricane season. So as a Red Cross, we have a responsibility to make sure that we not only train our volunteers, but also work with the community. So between January and June, it's all about family preparedness, encouraging people to start getting
Same in Florida, southeast of Florida.
supplies ready.
Cape Manapa, where my
And with regard to
great
the
auntie
volunteers,
lives.
We train them in emergency response. One of our biggest tasks when it comes to a hurricane is that we send our first aid trained volunteers into each of the national shelters. And that's a big task because these are volunteers and they need to prepare their homes first. And so yesterday, majority of the stuff that we did was trying to get our volunteers into the shelters to make sure that the people were safe. And I would say the people of the Cayman Islands took this very seriously, and we had quite a number of people enter the shelters.
Good.
We'll keep a close eye.
So they should.
Talk some more about it a little later. Now,
well, I've done my best to predict weather this year for the Caribbean Islands.
Have a little while left to cast their votes.
Yeah, we've got a general election in the UK as well going on tonight.
How the BBC reports polling day on
Have a look at my sheet this evening and look at the localised general election video as well. Who you can vote locally. Still time to vote, guys. It's not too late to vote locally around Surrey, Woking Town locally.
55 GMT.
There you go, guys.
Now, of course, polling day guidance means no selfies, no drinking, no dogs are allowed.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel on Sunday Gems on the Force Be With You Always. This is my friends Marky and Jimbo. Every Friday at 3 to 5 p.m. ITF Friday Surrey Hill Radio Station. This is my friend Shane, live with Cindy Lou every Friday at 10 to 12 on the Surrey Hill Radio Show with Cindy Lou every Friday. And this is my friend John on the last show every Sunday at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. live on the Woking Radio Station show on last show every Sunday at 9 to 12. Please subscribe on Sunday Gems. One hell of a general election tonight, and one hell of a hurricane across the Caribbean Islands, heading towards, you name it, Mexico and Texas. You have been warned by me. Please subscribe on Sunday Gems. Look at my sheets as well for the localised general election this evening on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe on Sunday Gems. My baby. Bye.